Thanks for hanging out during that commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here we like to have a look around the NFC East, see what the Cowboys are going up against, see what the other guys are up to. Now, the Redskins were on a bye this week, so we'll just toss them off to the side. We'll look at them next week. But we had two divisional opponents going head-to-head. This was actually a really good game there towards the end in the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Let's have a look at these highlights. We'll pick it up almost at the, well, about third of the way into the second quarter with the Giants punting. And there goes Darren Sproles. You know who he reminds me of, Scott? Number 10 that used to play for those Eagles. You know, Deshaun Jackson did this against the Giants. Don't kick it to him, as they say.
No, he's killing it this year. I mean, they're special teams. They're just playing lights out. And Sproles is so quick and so elusive that he's just hard to tackle.
Yeah, Sproles, very, very shifty back. I think he's only, what, 5'5", 5'6"?
5'6".
So he's very hard to see behind those big linemen as you see the Eagles going for it there on 4th and 1, stopped by that, what was it, $230 million defense for the Giants?
Yeah, that is an expensive D.
And there goes Carson Wentz, airing it out to Jordan Matthews. Beautiful catch over the defender, and the Eagles try to tack on 3, but it's blocked by the New York Giants. And that's a big, big play there, Scott, right before the half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right. That's a huge shift in momentum right there. I mean, if you go in 13-21 at the half, it's a one-score game as opposed to 2 possessions, which is just a little more disheartening in the locker room.
Now, there was a fumble at the end of the play. The Giants would be able to stay on it. And here you see JPP getting through the offensive line there for the Eagles to get the block. Now, starting it off here in the third quarter, this is the first possession of the second half for the Eagles. There goes Darren Sproles. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like Darren Sproles has taken over the starting running back role from Ryan Matthews.
I honestly believe that he's their best offensive weapon. He's probably the best offensive player on the Eagles team right now.
And there he is, Ryan Matthews getting in for 6. You know what I call that, Scott?
What do you call that, Tyler?
Fantasy points.
Nice.
Ryan Matthews gets in. Now it's a one-possession game, 17-21. Eli Manning steps up in the pocket, goes deep, finds the rookie, Sterling Shepard, who had himself a day on this one.
Oh, yeah, and he was wide open on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. As you see, just busted coverage. The safety goes with OBJ over the middle, leaving no help over the top for the corner. Sterling Shepard finds the empty pocket of space. Manning gets it to him. And here goes Odell Beckham Jr. on a slant route. Picks up the first down there for the Giants, but a flag is called. OBJ looks a little bit shaken up, Scott.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, Tyler.
Speaking of Odell Beckham Jr., he had 4 catches in this one for 46 yards, 2 touchdowns, as you see the helmet-to-helmet contact. Perhaps a concussion, perhaps not. He would stay in the game. Carson Wentz now trying to lead the Eagles back into the W here for this one. Zach Ertz catches the pass for the first down. That was 97 yards Ertz had on the day, his best game of the season so far coming off that injury. And there's Ertz again picking up the first down on this $1 million defense for the Giants.
Yeah, he's looking a lot more comfortable. I mean, he was injured in the first part of the season, but Ertz is actually a pretty good offensive weapon for them to have.
The Eagles would tack on 3 here. They trail by 8 with about 12 minutes left in the game. Eli Manning goes to OBJ once again on a quick slant, but they're saying it was an interception now. This one was very, very close, Scott.
Yeah, I was a little confused as to what was going on there. I think I was like eating some chips or something, and I looked up and all of a sudden there was just madness on the field.
4th down and 9 as Doug Peterson, he was criticized for being too conservative in their last game. He goes for it on 4th down, and it pays off this time as Wentz finds Jordan Matthews once again. Philadelphia tacks on another field goal as the Giants defense, they're doing a great job at not allowing them into the end zone.
Yeah, they haven't been as good in the red zone as previously. Darren Sproles is kind of a little guy, so you're going to see Ryan Matthews get a lot of the goal line carries, but they're just not getting it done in the red zone right now.
And this was a big interception. The Manning face makes its return right here with just over a minute to play. And what an athletic play by the linebacker. This is Philadelphia's last shot. Carson Wentz looking for Matthews, and it was just over his right shoulder. Matthews was looking towards the left. That's it. That's all. The New York Giants beat the Philadelphia Eagles at the Meadowlands 28-23. That's the Giants' third straight win, Scott. And on the flip side, Philadelphia has dropped to 4-4 after starting out 3-0. So they're 1-4 in their last 5 games. And, I'll make this question real simple. What's wrong with Philadelphia?
To be completely honest with you, I was thinking that, and in this one, Carson Wentz didn't look as good as he was looking earlier in the season. I think that he came in, he was the number 2 overall pick, and he had a lot of confidence. He was playing with a lot of confidence.
Right.
He's made a few mistakes. I mean, same thing. He was going with Dak for, the no interception record per attempt and whatnot. And then once he threw one, it was like he broke the seal. Now he's looking a little more rookie-like. I don't think he's playing with confidence, and I think it's hurting their offense right now.
Yeah, you touched on it. He didn't look as good as he has. In that game, Carson Wentz completed 27 of 47 passes. He did throw for 364 yards, but the two big numbers, I would say, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
2 INTs, yeah.
So,
and he's a rookie. I mean, and asking a rookie to throw 47 passes,
that's crazy.
That's a whole lot of passes. That's a whole lot of pressure on him right now. And I think that's why he's just not playing with confidence. He doesn't look confident on the field, in my opinion.
Well, that and the first few games that we saw him tear it up, this always happens in professional sports. A guy comes in and he does really well for his first few games, and then the opposing teams start to get film and they start learning what he does well, what he doesn't do well with. And for Wentz, it's the blitz.
Yeah, and teams that have been able to get pressure on Philly's offense have done very well against them this year. So, I mean, like next time we play them, I expect for Dr. Marinelli to be dialing up a whole bunch of those blitzes right now. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure who I was going for in this game, Tyler.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows me out there in the world knows that I just can't stand the Eagles. I mean, since I'm 12 years old, I hate the Eagles. I don't even like Bradley Cooper because he likes the Eagles. But we did lose to the Giants in Week 1. So as far as divisional opponents go, we have defeated Philadelphia, and we've dropped one to New York. So, I mean, who's the more dangerous opponent for us in this division right now?
I mean, right now, as I look at the standings, I would definitely have to go with the New York Football Giants. They have Eli Manning as their quarterback, 2 Super Bowl rings for Eli, and those 2 wins came over the Golden Boy, Tom Brady.
That's right.
So, Eli has shown that he can get it done when it matters, and in this last game against the Eagles, he was 22 for 36, 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, Scott, but 2 picks to go along with those 4 touchdowns.
And that's always going to happen when you got a Manning in the pocket. I mean, they're gunslingers, so you're going to get the TDs and you're going to get the INTs on top of that. So, and my biggest problem with New York and what the most problematic that they've ever been is they always come on late in the season and they always make a late run, and that's actually how they won those 2 Super Bowls. I mean, they don't have this huge record and nobody's always talking about them in the playoffs or in the postseason or anything, and all of a sudden they just get there and they just show up. So if they make a late run this year, I could be a little bit more worried about it. I think they're right now that they are our most dangerous opponent in this division, just with the way that the offense for Philadelphia is playing and the fact that we dropped Week 1 to those guys.
Yeah, now Giants move in to second place in the division at 5-3. The Redskins are third at 4-3-1, and then you have Philly down in the cellar at 4-4. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with more of the Cowboys Fan Show here on UABQ.